I just realized I left my tea in the car. And so it's going to be hot now. I like hot tea, but I don't want to drink it when it's not meant to be hot. Like when it was originally cold and then it gets hot. I don't like that. You know, I either want my tea that's supposed to be cold or my hot tea to be hot. You know? Anyway, feeling a little thirsty right now. Like, ugh. So I just tried to do a Taurus message again, and there's something going on with Taurus right now, or maybe if you're a Taurus watching, something, or for somebody in your life, something's going on with them. And it's heavy. I ain't gonna lie, it's heavy. And so I have to do what is flowing right now. I have to. So I'm gonna start this message by saying I'm going to channel who I should do the next message for. Kind of like when you move to like the back of the line, or like you can go ahead of me. It's something like that. I think for the specific group of Tauruses that I'm picking up on, they're kind of like, yeah, I'm good right now. So who is this message for? Who's coming through? I could go straight to Gemini, but I'm not feeling it there either. Am I? No. Part of me was like, well, we could try it. Yeah, let's do Gemini. Let's do Gemini. Okay. Gemini. We're going to do it anyway. Gemini. Look at y'all. That's Gemini right there. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Well, somebody's standing firm on something, for damn sure. Not budging for a fucking moment. Somebody, look, it's the way it's laid out. That is somebody who's standing firm on something. You can see the 4 of Wands is a foundation, and the 4 of Pentacles is, look at the body language. Mine. Like, I am not letting up. I'm not bending. Kind of a stubborn energy. I'm not at all. And then we have this. That's very, like, standing their corner, standing their ground, standing firm on something. So, yeah. Could be in a relationship, and I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's you or if it's another. But basically, the present energy right now is somebody defending their position. They're not backing down. I would even say refusing to cooperate or compromise on something. Like, I'm not going to. I'm not saying they're wrong. Maybe they don't need to. I can't tell what the situation is. Because maybe it's about boundaries. Maybe someone here is just like, no, I have boundaries. Or something. I don't know. It's just kind of like, there could be, well, let me just get a clarifier. Yeah, no, I'm getting the same thing. This is basically a person who is saying, I don't know if they're verbally saying it, but their energy is, look, it may not be favorable that I stand my ground this way. It may not be favorable that I have these boundaries or that I see things this way. or that I'm not letting up or being, you know, loosely about something. But I don't care. I don't care. You don't gotta like me. You don't gotta like it. Death. That just fell out. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like it. But I'm not changing where I stand on something and what I said and how I feel about it. I'm not. I don't know if this is how you feel about somebody or something, or how somebody feels about you or something. Like, I'm not. And I don't know what it is. By the looks of this message, it looks like somebody's against something or against someone. No. This could be a work situation. Doesn't have to be. But I only get that because there's so many damn pentacles here. Or something to do with a living situation. Maybe landlords. Or dealing with people in the office. There's people in an office here. And they seem to be talking. And one person's just like, no. They're not even paying attention to the person up there. The person up there can't even get to the finish. Can't even finish what they're saying because this person just won't stop talking and being like trying to get their point across or standing their ground. It might even be somebody who's defending themselves. Like maybe they're explaining themselves why they are taking a certain stance or why they see things the way they see things or something like that. Because that's kind of what I'm getting. See that? Like I'm trying to tell you or explain to you, and someone up here has like a plan on how we're gonna, you know, figure this out. And this person's like, this is the way I see things. This is the way things have been. This is the way things are. This is my stance on things. And, you know, it's not very team. It's not very team. It's very I. And you know what they say? There's no I in team. But is the person wrong? If it's you, are you wrong? Can't say you are. Can't say they are. I don't know who this is, but I'm not seeing where somebody's wrong. Maybe they're coming off like a miser. Maybe so, and somebody could be wrong. I'm hearing Sam, but that's just coming to me. It doesn't have to be for anybody. I'm hearing Sam. Somebody could be wrong here. Dead wrong. And is not a team player. But whether it's in a marriage, a relationship, a living situation, a work situation, whatever it is. But maybe they're not. I mean, I think this can be a positive card in a way because it's knowing when to stand up for ourselves and have our own back. There could be a whole bunch of people or several people or a group of people that, you know, we know don't like us. They're all a little like flocking with the sheep and we're kind of like the outcasts because we stand against it or we have our specific boundaries. Something like that. And no, it's not favorable. I feel like the way that someone is not favorable. And I think I already said that, but it's coming up again. But it is what it is. I mean, it might not be favorable, but, you know. Feels like some sort of talk. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? The Tower. Empress. This is about self-love. This is about self-love. The reason that somebody is not bending, not doing it, is because the individual who's not bending on something is like, no. I have self-love. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a strong vibe here of someone being pretty in tune, maybe even street smart here. Somebody is in tune with it, people, humans, more than anything. And is almost giving me a vibe here of an individual who feels as if they're being, like, feels as if there's a group of people or a couple of people or one individual person, whether it's true or not, but maybe they're not wrong. They feel like there's some sort of ulterior motives, or they're like, what is your plan here with messaging me, or with what you said to me in that text or that email? What's your message? What was your point in that reaching out, or the way you did, how you did? What's your point in it? I almost feel like you're trying to like catch me in a tough spot, or you're trying to fuck with me. If you're not, then make that clear. But right now, I'm not backing down because I feel as if something ain't right here. I could be judging the situation wrong, but also I might not be. So I'm standing firm on it until it's somebody who's on the defense. The reason it's a person on the defense, probably because, well, maybe they have to be. Self-protective mode. Someone's protecting themselves. Could even be like feeling defensive, or maybe even skeptical. Somebody feels uncomfortable about something. And they're not backing down. I feel uncomfortable. This might even be in a store. You know, you go into a store, because look, this guy's stealing this woman's shit out of her purse. Right there. She's not paying attention. But this is the Page of Swords right here. So it's like she saw him earlier, or her earlier, whoever. Saw a person earlier in the store looking at her, and she's like, I don't know, that person makes me uncomfortable. You know, so when people like pull their kids closer to them, it's like, I don't know, come here. That man's like staring at my kids or something, or I don't know, maybe we're just a bystander. We're just looking on and we see it, and we see somebody who don't see us see, and we're like, I see that person, that man or that woman like staring at those kids over there. It could be anything. I'm just giving an example. And you know, no sooner do we let down our guard, because this will be somebody in this image who's let down their guard, and we're getting fucked with. So this is why somebody's used to getting fucked with, whether it's by the person who's now still in this equation, and it's like, are you fucking with me? Are you trying to fuck with me again? You want a do-si-do? You want a round 2 or a round 200? Whatever round this would be for us now? Are you fucking with me? Someone straight up wants to ask a person, are you fucking with me? Why did you say what you said? Why did you text me? Why did you call me? Or why did you say that in that text? Or why did you email me? Or why are you looking at me like that? You have a problem? Maybe even somebody like, do you have a problem? It almost comes off as somebody kind of bitchy here, or kind of on the, you know, just like, not like always has an attitude problem. But I'm sorry, I don't think so. I don't think so. It just makes other people uncomfortable because people don't know what boundaries are. And if you have no ulterior motives, then you're going to need to be a little bit more clear, because the way you're like rubbing off on me, or the way that you're rubbing me the wrong way, The way that it's rubbing me right now, with the way you're approaching me, or the way you approached me, or approached something with me, or the way you're looking at me or looking at them, is you got a fucking problem, or you have ulterior motives, or something like that. Do you? I don't think it's a bitch at all, or a man, whoever. I don't think so. It's just, if there's no problem here, and there's nothing to see here, and nobody's actually meaning anything harmful or hurtful by something, or, is trying to, like, reel someone in some way, or has ulterior motives and is being a little bit sneaky or something like that, then, okay, then no one would get offended. We could have this little talk. We could talk it out. We could hash brown, hash. We could hash it out, hashtag it out, and then go about our merry motherfucking way. I don't think so. I don't think someone's being... I could see how they would come off, maybe to people who flock with the rest of the sheep. But this is not a sheep we're dealing with here. Male or female, if it's you, you're not a sheep. Well, you might be the black sheep at this point. Good. You see something, you say something. That's your motto, or somebody's motto. Or you defend yourself, you protect yourself. Because when you don't, this is what happens. When I look the other way, or when I let my guard down, or something like that, when I have weak boundaries, people run all the way over me, and I'm not gonna do it. No. The Empress. That's love. That's self-love. The Tower. 4 of Pentacles, 4 Wands. I am protecting myself. I'm guarding myself. This is what I'm doing. If I set this thing on fire. Oh, here we go. Bringing Lil Wayne back into it. I love Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne. This song is one of my favorites of his. He said, my mama always told me I was crazy, but my hoes say I'm amazing. I don't listen to a lady. When a bitch says I'm hot and I say, no, bitch, I'm blazing. What the fuck do you expect? I'm a motherfucking Cajun. Anyway, and he was basically talking about one part of the song. He was saying, he called his mom Sita. I love you, Sita. He says, remember when your pussy second husband tried to beat you? Remember when he went into the kitchen, got the cleaver? He didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck neither. You could see the devil in my features. You could see Sita. She don't play neither. I mean, he said it in a different way than that, but basically he was saying, so his stepdaddy was trying to beat his mama, maybe even alluding he was trying to hurt him too. And so he goes into the kitchen, gets the cleaver. He's like, well, he didn't give a fuck, so I didn't give a fuck neither. You want to go? Let's go. You want to fight? Let's fight. You want to die? Let's die, bitch. You want to beat up on my mama or me? We'll die. So, let's see who's tougher. Let's see. Let's go. And then he says, and the reason the guy didn't, like him too, he's like, you could see the devil in my features. You could see Sita, and she don't play neither. He's like, the mom that was in her physical body, maybe she couldn't fight you back, but I'm also a part of my mom. That's why you see Sita in my features, because I'll fuck you up. It's something like that. There's somebody here who is a fighter. Yeah, you could call him aggressive. Okay. In this situation, I think it's probably warranted, because somebody's got to have their own back. Looks like everybody else got each other's backs. They're a little posse, little posse. Everybody does this, clicks together. This person's got their family backing them. This person's got their exes backing them. Everybody's got this little posse. Everybody watches. Everybody watches and talks amongst each other. And this person's just, yeah, they have to be aggressive, because they're the only one fighting for themselves by the looks of it. They don't really have anyone in their corner. So, yeah. You are aggressive, or you come off that way because you're like, well, okay, whatever. So you stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. And you're not going to fall for this shit. But you can't blame me if I set this thing on fire. Don't blame me when you say I'm a bitch or an asshole, male or female. Don't say I'm any of that. Why? Why? Because I'm leery of you and the way you message me or the way you call me, the way you talk to me, or your intentions, or maybe because I'm leery of you and your intentions with my fucking daughter, or your intentions with my fucking son. Maybe it's with another person, you know, and it's like, yeah, I gotta be that way because, you know, because you got a page here. You got a page, so that could be a younger person, and you got the mother. That could be somebody. And I did just say Lil Wayne with the mama, right? So somebody's mama could be stepping in and saying, you ain't gotta like me. You don't gotta call me mama because you're dating my child, or because you ain't gotta like me at all. In fact, I hope you don't. And your mama don't gotta like me either. Nope. I will sleep just fucking fine. And if you think I'm a bitch and I'm not family involved or this and that, I don't really give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm standing my ground. I see what I see, and I don't really give a fuck what you think about me. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, bitch. You're dating my fucking child or my grandchild or my niece or my nephew, or you're fucking with somebody I love if it's not me myself, or this is a work situation and it's like, I don't really give a shit if you like me or not. I don't care. You can say I'm argumentative, or you can say that I'm hard to get along with. Of course I am, because I don't lick your fucking asshole and I don't hang out with the rest of y'all motherfuckers. And because if I see something, I'm gonna say something. You damn right. Wow, I feel very aggressive in this one. Whatever, that's the message. Somebody is getting aggressive. 10 of Wands, and it's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm not, it's a burden on me. Like, and you want to be a burden on me, then I'm going to continue being a burden on you. And you know how I'm going to be a burden? Because I'm standing my fucking ground. I'm standing my ground. This would be like if someone's like, can I? And you keep saying no. And you're like, do you think that you ask me another 100 times that I'm going to change my mind? My answer is no. It's not because I don't love you, it's because I do. But apparently you're confused what love means. You know? You think that's love? Something like that. Someone may say that to somebody. You think that's love? Or, you know. Somebody's energy here is very like, you better watch it with me. Okay. Why? I like this person. I gotta admit, I like them. But I'm telling you, in a work situation, if this is work, somebody definitely does not like this person. If it's you, you got problems with people. Well, you don't. They have problems with you. But it's because you aren't like the rest of them. You're not. Family, you got problems with them because you're not like the rest of them. They're all licking each other's wounds, you know, watching each other die slowly, which we're all dying slowly. That's what we come here to do. That's the ultimate graduation. You know, gossiping together, misery, loving company. We talk about that. Well, there you go. And you're the black sheep of the family, or the black sheep at work, or the black sheep at in a friend group or something like that. Yeah. Or someone here is, you know, or even as a mother, you're the black sheep, or the father, you're the black sheep because you don't go along with bullshit, you know. Well, here's why. You don't let down your guard. You don't turn your back. This is definitely a person who, if, like, let's say you go eat. Look at this. You face where you can see people. You don't face your back to the door. You face where you can see people. You turn everybody else to the door. Even if you don't verbally say it, like, I'm going to sit here so I can watch the door, but you just naturally gravitate towards you where you can face the door. You may sleep in your bed near the door. I mean, this is the type of person that probably keeps like a gun under their pillow or behind their door. It's not like paranoid. There's no cards of paranoia here. This is fucking street smarts. This is like, no, I'm always on. I am always fucking ready for whatever. I'm always locked and loaded. I'm always strapped. I'm always carrying, or I'm always ready to fight. But that doesn't mean I can't get along and I can't cooperate. It's just that I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard of why I see things the way I see things, or why I feel the way that I feel. If it's a romantic situation, somebody here is like, no, I'm not necessarily holding on to a grudge. You think I'm holding on to a grudge because this could be somebody who's like that. No, I'm not. In fact, in some situations, not all, but in some, there may be an individual here who's saying, ultimately, you know, and maybe eventually we could get to a good place again, where we're talking or we're being cordial. But I need to know, like, don't just message me something like that or say something like that to me, because I need to know what your intentions are, because otherwise the way that you say something or the way you came at me makes me wonder, what the fuck? Like, why? Are you playing games? Like, what was that? Just spit it the fuck out. Like, just say it. I feel like you're being strategic or something, and I don't like that. So I'm not responding, or I'm not saying anything. No. I will stay to myself. I'm not getting involved in this. I'm not. No. All right. Anyway. So 8 of Pentacles. Why is that here? This is somebody who's like, I have worked very hard to get where I'm at. On a spiritual journey, at work, you know, with my family member, with my friend, in my relationship. I've worked very hard to get where I'm at, or where we're at. We've worked very hard on our relationship. You know, the relationship with our loved ones, the relationship with our partner, whatever, however this goes. Or personal. I've worked hard to get here. And so don't fuck with me. That's the energy. That's the energy here. That's what somebody's in. I'm passionate. I'm passionate. And I'm very focused. That's what the Magician is. And if you fuck with me, I'ma set this thing on fire. Now, if this is somebody defending another and trying to get another to see, to kind of like wake up, it's like, no, I know that you want me to bend, or you want me to like be okay with your friend, or be okay with your relationship. And I don't have to. Personally, at the end of the day, it's your life. But ultimately, especially if they're an adult, but ultimately, don't you realize that you're working really hard on yourself and that person is not? Like, how is this equal? How is this a balanced connection? Like, where do you see yourself ultimately at the end of the day? Is it with this person? Genuinely? Because I think you're full of shit, or maybe you're just like not seeing some shit here, or you're trying to convince me of something that I can already see, bro. I'm on the outside looking in. You think I can't see this? Like, I can see this. You're trying to make something work. It's like putting a building together without nails and screws. How long is that fucking shit gonna last? You know? All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of zoning out now. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.